Should we bypass protocol today and just go straight to curriculum?
Okay.
Okay. All right. Um, one thing about the Haida language, um, conversation can be a challenge. And so most of us speakers, after we do the meet and greet phrases, I mean, greeting and response, then we switch back to English. The power of a scripted conversation um, brings you as close to real life as possible, and the language is flowing back and forth, and and therefore it creates a mini Xaad Kil immersion. Um, we will start with a silly one, um, just so we can have our humor. Um, so this one got made into a YouTube video, so it's on on YouTube somewhere. Um, so that's why you see this background story. Um, but hot juice. Um, the lady's name is Little Deer. I always play the part of Kuya Ewants, Big Raven. They're longtime friends. They can be loud. They could be demanding, sarcastic, or silly, but they always have fun. Usually, Little Deer is bossing me around and telling me to watch my mouth, that type of thing. You know, hi to women. Well,
Yeah.
I can get in trouble for that. Just teasing. Okay. So Hot Juice is knocking on the door, and I say, "Kiwai nung skatgang," because I'm talking to myself apparently. Geese to Ejan. Now I'm talking to Hot Juice, and she says, "Wow, Legion, Kiwai the bus long. It's me. Open the door." Um, See what I mean? She's bossing me around already. She's not even inside yet. And I say, Kwa Andi, Akunt Wasan, Tuts weak. Wait for me. I will do that. Come in. And notice I have royal invite in parentheses. That's because if this was 120 years ago, and let's say I was welcoming you into a longhouse in Howcan, and if I said touch week, it would mean we're going to sit at the back of the longhouse. We're going to sit with the chiefs, and we're going to give you our very best hospitality. We're going to give you our best food. So, um, so nowadays, the closest thing to that is royal invite.
So that's what they would say at the beginning of like
Uh,
a potlatch, right? Where they invite people to come inside the longhouse for the dances.
yeah, they could 120 years ago, they could have said it at a potlatch, greeting the guests. Pets week, come in. We're going to give you our best hospitality. Yeah, good point. Okay, so and now Katjus is being friendly, but she's giving me notice that she's hungry. So in other words, I better feed her. Singay la di tolas di fuidang. Good morning, my good friend. I'm hungry. She often says that when she stops by.
Dude, is the second sentence there? That's the I'm hungry part.
Yeah, the second one.
Sing I la
Uh,
di tolas di cuidan.
uh,
Oh no,
D,
that's your
we
phonetics.
done.
Sorry. That's I was looking at the
But
second
that's
line. That was your
my
phonetics.
fault. My phonetics, I didn't separate the
Got it.
two. Okay, now that's better.
Okay.
Yeah. D, we done. I'm hungry. And I respond, um, I hate it when I read this because when I do, I always get hungry for biscuits and gravy. Hugagen, Haukdangstafla. Good morning, my friend. I'm cooking biscuits and gravy. Would you like some? And she's like, sure thing, because Ja'ang could also mean sure thing. Ja'ang, Taudi Staflang, Kudla. Yes, of course, I want some food. Go do it. See what I mean? She's a little bit bossy. So probably I play the nice guy this time. I'm not in the mood. So I fire back with Dungusu just ligan. You talk too much. And she grits her teeth and says, Gusu Dangsuda, what did you say? And I'm still not having it. So I say, oh, Satskaik Suda. Oh, tell it to the songbirds. And then she starts cussing and try to,
Jawa.
yeah, Jawaha. Well, of all the nerve is the polite version, and then that is such BS is the real meaning. And I apparently am still firing back, and I say, Ajadiya outward like that. It means, yeah, whatever, talk to the hand. And she reminds me, Awan di Weedung, I'm still hungry. So that's a reminder. I better get moving. I better bring out some food. And I say, Jaong Handi Unsidan, Tawai Hispigan. You know what? I'm gonna shorten this. We do not need a tense ending here. The elders would just say Tawai Hispi. They knew that there was no tense ending needed at the end. Um, Tawai Hispi, that's just, it flows much better as well. Luang Song. Ao Tawai Ejun. Dak Katuus. Yes, of course, I know it. The food is ready. We'll just sit right here. Here's the food. Are you thirsty? And she starts to boss me around again and says, Ang, diu katugan, um, han kudi kudangan. Um, this I should change to with
You need
Skiljade.
Emily for this.
Yeah, because she's plays a part perfectly, just just loud and bossy. Ang diu katugan, han kudi kudangan. So that means I need to change the phonetics. This is going to change to GOO. Um, okay. Ang diu katugang hunt gudi gudangang. Yes, I'm thirsty. I want some water. So I say, sure thing. Chaang ao hunt agent. Sure thing. Here is some water. She says, Hawa Dagwan How I kutsket lagen. Thanks, dear one. The food tastes good. I say decent. Hashla lagen. It tastes good to me too. And she's in a good mood now that she's eating. She says, how I unkilt lagen. I'm thankful for the food. And I say, Tawai hash tigunai lagen. I'm happy about the food. She says, Tawai digulagan. I like the food. And I state that we're eating to our heart's content. Gudaklan talang tagan. And she agrees. She says, Yankee and Udang Sugan. You said it right. I totally agree. And I say, Gin Lao Ijan, Slau Gata Hayagan. It's a good thing I know how to eat. I shouldn't be bragging about that. The last time I stepped on the scale, I gained 10 pounds.
I'd probably be sarcastic and say Yankee and Gua.
Yeah, right? I was not impressed when the scale told me I gained 10 pounds. Um, and she says, uh, so we just both ate a lot of food. And she says, hang on, as echt us wagen, aji tawais, ta, hujugen, waya di skis haujagen. I just had to do it. I ate all this food. Right now, I'm stuffed. And in Haida, sometimes we have Haida sign language to go with the words. So when we say, Waya di skis haujagen, right now I'm stuck. We're supposed to show that we're rubbing our belly to show that we're really full. And I say, decent skis long, I'm full too. And she decides to be nice and say, Kish Kais, Flynn song, I will wash the dishes. And I try to be bossy and then I say, oh, yeah, go do that. And so she's back to gritting her teeth. Usudang Suda, what did you say? And I want her to take her mind off of it. So I just say, ahem. Kamsi kudaan. Think nothing of it. And she's trying to state her case by saying, Kinlasan is dong. I do good things too, you know. And I apparently can't stop with the sarcasm. I say, Guinness Genu, Hula Dunk Udungun. Oh my goodness, that's really good to hear. And she was like, oh boy, am I going to get you. Tlayandal fly, you better run. So I'm like, a Kunchwagen, Sloud, Tlayandalgun, Awesome flew. I'm doing that. I'm running. See you later. And Hutlan, that's all. But you could see the conversation flowed back and forth um, in a close to real life setting as possible. Okay, now we're going to do a boring one. See if I could find it. Not everything pops up. There it is. So this one is asking questions like, where do you work? Where does your brother work? Where do your parents work? That type of thing. So it's the same characters, Little Deer and Big Raven. And she says to me, Huya Iwans, Slanu Dung Slungulang. Big Raven, where do you work? And I might as well change this so that it reflects my current life. Since I don't work at Crave Tribal anymore. Okay. So I reply, Clinket and Haida Iskin UAS House Shlangulang. Um, and you know how with our greetings, when we do Sunadang Hidang, then we answer with Dilagan or whatever the response is. And then we fire back with Sunadang Hidang and how are you? We could do the same thing here by adding an S right here. So I'm turning it back around to Little Deer, Klanu Dungs, Shungulang. And where do you work? Oh, this is in out of order. It's out of. This should go below spots. Okay. Clean this up a little bit. Bring this back up. No, it's still wrong. Gotta break it up in the right spot. There we go. So I fire back with Klandu Dungs, Flungulang. And where do you work? Um, oh, okay. Um, this should be down here. She says, we made up a Haida word for educare, but actually we shouldn't have because that's a proper name, just like we didn't change Plinkett and Haida or UAS because they're proper names. So Educare Au Shangulong. I work at Educare. And I say Guinness Gin U Hula Au Yagan Gin Lao Ejan Hula Dunk Udungan Slungula Au Yagan Dan Ace di Quagidan Dang U Sajugan. Oh my goodness, that's great. It's a
I,
good thing. That's really good to hear. Great job. I'm proud of you. You sure are great.
I had one question, Robert. If you go back up, there was like a double HL, and it sounded like we pronounced both of them. I just want to make sure that was right. It's above here with before I work at Educare. You scroll up. See right here
Oh,
when you say Educare,
yes.
Auth
I
Kilagan. Do we need to pronounce both of those?
we can because whatever comes before the HL blend gets pronounced together with it.
Uh-huh.
So educare, house, and then flungulang. But
Oh,
let's
okay.
say we said let's say that the phrase was I am working and we had two HLs back to back and nothing coming before it. We couldn't say and then pause and then say slungulang again. So We ignore the first HL when there's nothing coming before it. And when there's two HLs back to back like this, and just simply say Slangulang.
Okay. Would you ever say Donkoth and then Hunkulong? Like, you know how we say like Dong for like I am, like um Dong Ijung, like when you're saying like I am, would you say like the Dong with the HL and then the second word here?
Um,
Like how you would say like D like for like I am.
oh yeah, D is for a stative phrase or sentence, and HL is for active.
Hmm.
So we couldn't say D Slangulang because
Okay.
working is action.
Okay. So it's basically I am a verb. Um, the action, you
But
don't use the HL. Okay.
there is a way around this if we wanted to pronounce the whole thing. Uh, we could do, let me bring this down so it's all in the same line. We could change to la, but then we have a oo, so it changes to plow,
Okay.
slangulang. I am working. It gives more emphasis to the I part of the sentence. Um,
Mm.
this alone, I am working, no emphasis. This one here, plow, plangulang, I am working. It's a bigger emphasis on I, but it creates a better flow, and you can pronounce the whole sentence.
Mhm.
Okay.
Thank you. That was the point. I guess the point that I was wondering when you use like the de-login, you're kind of describing something about yourself, but when you use just it's like I and then an action that you're taking like or something like that, and that was the difference between the two. So that helps.
Yeah. And then in Haida, our actions are different than actions than in English. So
Mhm.
when we thank someone in English, we would think of that as dative. In
Mhm.
Haida, not so. And this is just my theory. Um, I think the well, the Haida spirit resides right here, 3 inches below the throat. And since we're thanking people from our spirit, that's the that's how the word how came about. I'm thanking you from my spirit. So therefore, in Haida, it's thought of giving of yourself or giving from your spirit. So we think of thanking someone as action. So
Okay.
the long version of how is done on kill lagen. Um, so notice we had the HL blend in that phrase.
Mhm.
Um, but if we didn't know Haida and there was no framework and we didn't know the rules, we would think that um, we would use D instead of the HL blend.
Yeah, but that
Okay,
would be saying like I am thankful, describing yourself. It makes sense exactly what you're saying about that. So that yeah,
okay,
yeah.
cool. So I said all those phrases, but I'm still not done chattering. And I like this phrase. I gotta use it more in my scripted conversations. Dang susala, I just think it sounds good for one thing. For another thing, it gives you a way of speaking more or asking another question. So I say, Dang Susala, Klanu Dung Kya Klangulang. By the way, where does your younger sister work? And then I have Scan. I wanted to ask her about her paternal aunt, and I have why if I wanted to ask her about her older sister. If I was talking to a male, then Dune would be younger brother, and Kwai would be older brother. I'm the youngest out of 13 boys, so all my brothers are Kwai. They're all older same-sex siblings. So, okay, moving on. So I asked her where her younger sister works, and she replies with Skatanai Hal Shlangulang. She is working at the school, or she works at the school. Okay, I should be going around the room having you guys say some of these phrases. Um, this one here, um, I use a lot in real life.
Mhm.
Um, it means a lot of things besides you sure are great. It can mean you're excellent or that you are excelling or that you are a rock star. Um, so I use it quite a bit. And because I use it often, my brain doesn't forget the phrase. Um, Dung u sajugan. Dung u sajugan. Dung u sajugan. Tony,
Yang U Sajugan.
Nathan,
Dang-u Sajugan.
Big Bear,
Dangu Sichugan.
Ong. Okay, you guys have heard me say this phrase at least a couple times today. Hula dunk udungun. Let me bump this down and you, I'm going to go like you, but with a G in front of it. Um, dung gung. Always remember that gung is going to rhyme with dung gung. So real quick, back to back, dung gun. Hula dunk you dung gung. Hula dunk you dung gung. Um, if you break it apart, it doesn't mean that's really good to hear. Because dung is in there, which is you. A couple of HL is in there, and that's I. Gudungung is there. Um, it's one of our ways we say here. Um, so if we break it down, it's like, that's good, I hear you. But the translation is, that's really good to hear, which makes sense. But hula dunk gudungung. Hula dunk gudungung. Tony,
Hula, dunks, udungan.
Nathan.
Hula dunk gudangang.
Big Bear.
Hula dunk udungan.
Um, um, Gotta try not to get too carried away. Let's do um this one. Gin Lao Ejun. Um, that's a good thing. Okay, so we know Gin, La, and U get blended into Lao. And then Ejun. Gin Lao Ejun. Gin Lao Ejun. Gin Lao Ejun. Tony.
Kin lao, ijang.
Nathan.
Bin Lao Yijang.
Big Bear.
Gin Lao Ejang.
Um, okay, I gotta clean up my mess. Um, you guys heard me say gin is gin u 2 or 3 times today. Um, it means oh my goodness. Um, I don't think I need phonetics for it. Gin is gin u. Gin is gin u. Gin is gin u. Gin is gin u. Tony.
Kin is gin you.
Nathan.
Gin is Gin you.
Big Bear.
Gin is gin u.
Next phrase is hula yagan. Um, that's really good or that's great. Hula yagan. Hula yagan. Hula yagan. Hula yagan. Tony.
Hula, al yagan.
Nathan.
Hula Ao Yagan.
Big Bear.
Hula Aoyagan.
Um, um, this one here, uh, Schlangula. I think I should do phonetics on this one. First part is going to sound like lung. Second part is going to sound like ghoul. And then la, Schlangula. We have 2 laws back to back. And then we have ow, ya, gung. Um, so this means really good work, a really good job, or great job, great work. Schlangula la Haujagen. Schlangula la Haujagen. Schlangula la Haujagen. Tony.
Hula, al yagan.
Nathan.
Shangula La Ao Yagan.
Big Bear.
Hangula la Aoyagan.
Um, Let me take this out and go to work on this next phrase. Maybe I could do it side by side. Done. H, D, Wa. we carry, we stretch out the qua. Quagidan. Not only does it sound more Haida, but it tells the I might as well just drop this below. Okay. It tells the viewer or the listener um um that you mean what you're saying. Um this is just one of those verbs where it sounds better exaggerated or drawn out. Dan esti quagidan. Dan esti quagidan. Dan esti quagidan. Tony.
Dong XD Quadidum.
Nathan.
Dang is the qua gidang.
How Big Bear. Oh, okay.
You frozen?
Let me take this back off and take this phonetic back off and um go on to another phrase. Okay, we're gonna do a full on grammar phrase. Skadanai a all lung gu long. She is working at the school, or she works at the school. Skatanai a ho slangulang. Skatanai a ho slangulang. Skatanai a ho slangulang. Skatanai a ho slangulang. Tony.
Ketanai Al Slungulong.
Nathan.
Skatanai hang hangulong.
Um, um, so I respond to Little Deer because it reminds me of the fact that my mother used to work there. So this phrase would be D ow. It's gonna be no, I could do leave it. Whoops. I could leave it like that because we have flung gul e ini. E ow ha Shungugini. My mother used to work there. D ow ha Shungugini. D ow ha Shungugini. Tony.
Ow Ha Slungulini.
Nathan.
Di ao ha hangulini.
Um, so to keep the conversation going. I know only state that my mother used to work there, but I asked Kistu Wadanai Klungulang, who works at the store. Kistu Wadanai Klungulang. I know that she knows who works there. So the question might sound strange, but it works. Gistu Wadanai Klungulang. Tony
Ooh. Wadana ne oh man, I'm
Klungulang.
having a Plungulong. Sorry.
There you go. Yeah, I should have done phonetics.
I should know it by now.
It it makes it easier. Nathan
Istu Wadanaya He Who Long sorry, He Who Longang,
Klungulang.
Krekelong,
Sorry, what was that?
Istu Wadanaya Hungang Gungalang.
This one sounds like the beginning sounds like flung, like I flung my
Oh.
backpack on my back.
Flung, right, Flungulang. Yeah.
Yeah. Ghoul for like a ghost, and then long for like go long.
Right.
Flungulang.
Flungu.
Flungulang. It's easier with the phonetics there. So I'll make sure I do some more phonetics like here. She says my father di hot u ha lung gu long. She says my father works there. And females say my father different than us men. We would say di hun, but di hot u ha flungulang. Di hot u ha flungulang. Tony,
Hot Uha Flungulong.
Nathan,
Di Hatu Ha Flungulang.
Ong.
I think Big Bear might be back. No? Oh, I saw him come back a minute ago.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Maybe frozen again.
This phrase, hall, flungul, hayagan. He knows how to work. Hall, flungul, hai, ya, gung. Hall, oops. Hall, flungul, hayagan. Hall, flungul, hayagan. Hall, flungul, hayagan. Tony, you're on mute.
Because it was perfect. You should have heard it.
Hmm.
Paul Flungul Hayagan.
Nathan,
Hao Flungul Hayagan.
Okay, so the next phrase, Sangula Lao Ijan. It's a good job. So we have flung, cool, la, and then we have a la u blend, lao. I can't do that phonetically. It almost sounds Hawaiian, lao. Um, flangula, lao, ijan. Flangula, lao, ijan. Flangula, lao, ijan. Tony.
Slungula la ujin. Slungula la u ijang. Lao
Nate,
ijang.
there you go. Nathan.
Langula Lao Ijang.
How okay. So now oh. Oh, I follow up with another question. Okay. Da is brother, but only for females. So little deer is female, so it works. I gotta do phonetics. We have flan is like lawn, but with a T in front of it. It autocorrected. Flanu, da, ya, lung, cool, long. Klanu, da, actually, Klanu, dagya, and then flungulang. So the break would be right here. We would say all this first. Klanu dagya, then go into the verb. Flungulang. Where does your brother work? Klanu, klanu dagya, flungulang. Klanu dagya, flungulang. Tony.
Lanu da da ya. Lanu da qua slungulan.
Nathan.
Lanu Da Gya Langulang.
Um, okay. This next part, well, she's answering the question, but I put in options for the sake of curriculum. But she answers Dalanai A Ho Slungulang. Um, he works at the bank. Um, I don't know why I have dunks here, but if we read it Dalanai Dung Ao Slungulang, that would be your mother works at the bank. If we do Dung Tui, Dalanai Dung Tui Slungulang, your friend works at the bank. Okay, I'm gonna, Dala. It's Haida jargon anyways. Dalanai, all, Schlung, Gul, Long. Uh, Dalanai a ho slungulang. Dalanai a ho slungulang. Tony.
Alanai Aha Slungulang.
Nathan.
Dolanai ahal slungulang.
Um, um, I'm chuckling because of this phrase here. Dalanai and Kwangan. Um, he has lots of money, which um, which isn't which isn't true. That's why it cracks me up. Dalala an Kwangan. 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 Tony.
Malala and Kwangan.
Nathan.
Dolala kwangan.
On. Okay, we're gonna do the next phrase. Yang susala tlanu kwai kya Tlangulang. By the way, where does your older sister work? So, Sus Ila Lan U Y Ya Lung U Long. Okay. Yang Susala. We could pause a little bit and come up for air after that. Yang Susala Planu Kwai 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 Gya Shangulang. Yang Susala Planu Kwai Gya Shangulang. Yang Susala Planu Kwai Gya Shangulang. Tony.
Young Su Sila Plan U Kwigaya Slungulang.
Nathan.
Dang susila. Tlanu kwaga slungulang.
How so let me take that back off the screen. Okay. Oh, she's asking me, sorry, it's not older sister. I got confused. She's asking me. So she's asking me, by the way, where does your older brother work? And I answer, Craig Tribal, which is true. Craig Tribal, Hall Plungulang. He works at Craig Tribal. Craig Tribal, Hall Plungulang. Let's try it without phonetics. Craig Tribal, Hall Plungulang. Tony.
Big tribal ahal slungulang.
Nathan.
Brag travel ahal langulang.
How um, I'm laughing at my comments. This is a bit of a tongue twister. We only got 2 minutes left. Let's see. All to die. Law lie. Well, it's just gonna be fluent. This one here, walk is gonna sound like walk in English. Flail. I'm gonna have to keep it like that. Flail gun. Whoops.
The mill.
Changed it. Okay. Hall Tadai Clawlight Fluent Walk Gun. Hall Tadai Clawlight Fluent Walk Gun. This is how we count in Haida. So Clawlight Fluent is 60 or 6/10. Walk is add or plus. Trail is comes from place, which is 5. Numbers could either be nouns or verbs, and in this case, it's a verb, so it switches from place to trail gun. So hall to die, like uns, walk, trail gun. Hall to die, like uns, walk, trail gun. Tony.
Fall to die. Flatlai und walk field gun.
Nathan.
Hal to die. Pla la. Pla unth. Walk. Tlilgang.
Big Bear.
Oh, today, today, fuck, Logan.
How today is Wednesday, so I'll see you guys on Monday. Weekend guy, lost Da'au. Have a good weekend, you guys. Nathan, I will see you Friday.
Donk. Da di. Wad da ang. Oh, sorry, that's the wrong one. It's House Donk King Song.
There you
There we
go.
go.
There you
we
go.
Yeah,
Cool.
our traditional departure phrase. I'll see you again. House
All
Dunk
right.
King Song.
That's right.
See you
Take care.
guys.
Bye now.
How
You.